Okay, this is the Intervention Channel. I'm Steve Bruno, and we're going to dive right into part 2 of Ultimatums. So what I was talking about was in one way to deliver an ultimatum is during the offer, the use of letters, which you can watch in the use of letters video, is the offer, right? The family goes around in a circle. What I typically do is I'll speak with the addict first, tell them about my own experience, my own struggles with drugs and depression and treatment for that matter. And I have pretty pictures of the program. Hopefully it has some amenities, aesthetics that can be photographed or have been photographed and which can be printed out. Give them printed. I don't show them on the computer. I give them something to take. The pretty pictures. Oh, look, it's got a swimming pool. It's got this. It's got that. So I do this before the family comes in. I work on what's called a gradient, right? You've driven up a hill, right? You don't start at the middle of the hill. You start at the bottom of the hill. So I start by offering the addict to say yes before any family members come in, because that's sort of middle of the hill, right? The bottom of the hill, the lower gradient is, hey, your family, I think, has opened they do want to open the door for this treatment program for you. And if you want to go, we don't have to even talk to them. You can just go with me. I do get a yes occasionally. I do get in fact, there's an interview with a young woman, you can see it. She's the sister of the addict. You can poke around for it. And family traveled in from all over the place, and everybody had written their letters, beautiful letters, reminding the addict of who he is and what he is and why he's so much more than what he's doing now. And actually, I went in and closed him. And it was very unexpected. So what I do is I give the addict a chance to say yes. Give him a chance, Don't just go and bombard him. So then the family will come in and sit down and introduce the letters, or they're not introduce the letters, never introduce the letter, never apologize for the letter, never ask permission to read the letter. Just go ahead, read the letters, blah, blah, blah. We love you. This is why we love you. We miss you. I miss you. There's individuals reading, I love you, and this is why. I miss you, and this is why. They say a little bit about the program, and then someone will say, who is already, we've already rehearsed all of this, of course. Rehearse. It's rough enough as it is. Would you be willing to give this program a shot? We're just asking you to give it a try. And the addict will say one of three things. There's a video on the three outcomes, the three possible outcomes, one of which is yes, right? That's more difficult than it may sound to handle, because the family tends to respond in various ways that may or may not be constructive. But needless to say, the other two, yes is yes, right? And the other two would be, I don't know, I need to think about it, or no. So what I do is I have people who can offer an ultimatum have a soft delivery toward the end, right, of what they are or are not willing to participate in, right? You say, look, your mother and I have talked, and we are not willing to participate in the choices that you're currently making, and we would like to just let you know that if you are willing to go to this program, that we're certainly willing to help you get there, and we will support you in being there, and we will, we just want what's best for you. So if you're willing to go, everybody will be there. But if you're not willing to at least try, right? This is important language. If you're not willing to at least try, we can't participate anymore. So you see what happened there? They're not punishing him for not going. They're simply saying, we can't do this, right? My mom stood out in front of her house one point when I went up and was railing against her, wanted $20 for something, I don't know. She stood outside and she said, Steve, I can't do this anymore. If you choose to go down this path and to continue down this path, you are going to go alone. I can't house it. I can't finance it. I won't finance it. And to be honest with you, I can't watch it. This suicide that you seem bent on engaging in your life. But if you're willing to go to the program, and I said, well, I'm thinking about it, but I don't know if I'm willing to go. I'm going to be homeless, And she was like, well, there's a bed with your name on it, on a 34-acre property with a swimming pool, a hot tub, a workout area. It's co-ed. They have great food, a pond, no group therapy. This particular program didn't have any group therapy. I was against it because it never really benefited me much. But no group therapy. And it's nothing against anybody with group therapy. The newer types of, this was 20 years ago. This was before cognitive therapy and that kind of thing. There's lots of good group therapy out there now. So, but that's what I needed to hear, and that's what she needed to say. So she delivered an ultimatum as a matter of self-preservation on her part. She did not deliver it. She didn't talk down to me. She didn't treat me like I was 5 years old. She did not berate me. She didn't make me wrong. She didn't invalidate me. She didn't beat me up. She just said, you're going to do it. You're going to do it alone. And that had a profound emotional effect on me, I'll tell you. And I ended up eventually, not that day, but I did end up going largely because of that, because I didn't want to be alone with my decisions, my choices. So anyway, let's move on to part 3. Again, stevebruno.com if you want to contact me directly. Comment section for questions that you want everybody to see. My book is More Than Hope. It's available on Kindle and Amazon if you'd like to read a chapter about this and many more subjects, most of which are covered in the videos here in brief. And then click the next button, the subscribe button. Thank you for visiting the Intervention channel. I'm Steve Bruno, and thank you again for watching.